Alright, so this is going to be another movie review. This one's called Alphabet Antics, 1951. We're getting this 2 out of 5 stars. This is going to be another MST3K short in black and white, of course. And it only has 49 votes on IMDb, but it gets a 3.5 rating, which is kind of similar to my ratings. I think it's one of the better shorts on the MST3K, just because it has a lot of weird stuff in it, like cats dressed up like princess and stuff like that. Yeah, it's pretty weird. They just go and through the alphabet letter by letter. And they think up words to describe the letters in the alphabet, and then they come up with images to describe the words. So sometimes the words are kind of far-fetched when describing the images, but other than that, it's pretty entertaining. I mean, for a kid's short, I'd say, like I said, it's one of the better ones that I've seen on MST3K, and it does get a 3.5 on IMDb, which is a low rating, but it's not super low, like Troll 3 low. So I don't really like these shorts in the MST3K. I just use them to make more videos because all of them are on IMDb, and the people who review them on IMDb mentioned the MST3K. So I did a little bit more digging on the face mask totalitarian communist idiocy that's happening in the San Francisco Bay Area, and it does appear that I would not be subject to a fine of $50 to $1,000 and or prison time for refusing to wear a mask when I pick up my son, simply because I'm just walking around outdoors, and I'm in the presence of my son when he comes out the door. So that could be a potential defense. It's not real clear in the ordinance, I have to admit, but it does say those two things could be a potential defense against the victimless crime of not wearing a mask. So if it ever gets to that point, I suppose I could successfully defend myself in court. Not that I want to. I don't want to use up all my paid time off or risk going to jail over this stupid thing. But I think I'll just play it by ear, see what happens. When I go to work, obviously I have to wear a mask. I just don't know where I'm going to get one if my employer doesn't have it. And cross that bridge when I get there. And also, if my employer does have a mask, I'll use that for waiting in line at Safeway, because I don't want to pay delivery fees find a lot of stuff that's 50% off because people just sick and tired of waiting in line for empty shelves and being ordered around like soldiers being told to go one way. Nobody's obeying that stupid one-way stickers on all the aisles. I see people going the opposite direction all the time, and I've been guilty of it myself. When you're focused on getting a particular product, you're not worried about skipping another aisle just so you can walk up and then back down again. That thought really doesn't enter your mind when you're doing grocery shopping anyway. But I think I've beaten the coronavirus debacle like a dead horse, and you're probably not interested in hearing any more about it. But it's just mind-boggling how many stupid things the government makes us do. It's like living in being enslaved in Eastern Europe prior to the fall of the Iron Curtain, prior to the early 90s or whatever. And or it's like living in the former Soviet Union or Maoist China. That's how bad it is here. It's just gotten beyond. I thought the climate change thing was going to turn California into like banning garbage and banning plastic and stuff like that. But this so-called public health golden calf that even religious people are bowing down to is really it's really disgrace. It makes me shameful that I'm a U.S. citizen. I should have moved to Sweden or that Russian country where everybody drinks vodka. So enough about the coronavirus. I think I'll just crash, try to get my 5 hours sleep, and then I'll drink the red line, go back to work for another 12 hours in the hopes that they actually have a face mask for me. Not that I can actually get cited for it until Wednesday. Although each county is different, so I don't know if I go to Contra Costa County, they might have something different. It's all very confusing, but all I know is that I have to wear my mask when I'm making grocery deliveries tomorrow, and when I'm at work. Walking around inside the building or loading up my van. So it's going to be yet another curveball that the government is throwing at me. One of the horrible things about living here. In hindsight, I should have moved to Pacific Northwest, closer to my best friend, but she's probably going through the same kind of hell as I am. But at least I could have had long-term marriage with her instead of a 5-year marriage with the other crazy witch. The only thing that keeps me here is my son, though. I don't blame him for any of this, but if it wasn't for him, I'd be long gone. I'd be out of here. I'd be living in Wyoming or someplace far away from here. So I just hope my son moves away from the Bay Area so I don't have to be stuck here for the rest of my life. That's my that's the end of my bitch and moan. And yeah, 2 out of 5 stars, pretty decent for the type of genre it is. And I didn't think the MST3K jokes were very funny about this. I thought it was kind of amusing by itself. If they had just stopped interrupting the narrator, it probably would have been more amusing, actually. So that's the end of my review. Laters.